Why do you always get so excited about Halloween?
Because I finally get to wear a mask.
Yes, finally. Wait, what?
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time we covered Two-Face Part 2, featuring the origin of the titled villain. This time we're taking a short break from the animated series to take a look at two animated movies. Since it's October, it felt only appropriate to review Batman the Long Halloween Parts 1 and 2. Full disclosure, we will not be comparing the movies to the graphic novel for which they're based, but simply reviewing them on their own merits. We open on Bruce Wayne meeting with mobster godfather Carmine Falcone. It's alluded to that Bruce's father had some kind of relationship with the mob family.
Being a mob doctor is a highly lucrative profession.
That's because their patients are always dying to see them.
We cut to Halloween night at Wayne Manor. Alfred is expecting trick-or-treaters, but a melancholy Bruce says that no one ever comes out to the mansion.
Well, yes. It looks like it's at least 5 miles outside of town. Who would drive their kid out there for a handful of free candy? It wouldn't be worth the gas.
Bruce says that Halloween is an absurd holiday, and then we find out that this version of Alfred still packs all the same sass as the one from the animated series.
Oh yes, putting on costumes and striking fear. Quite absurd.
At the Gordon household, Jim is about to take his kids trick-or-treating when he gets called into work, resulting in this.
The whole department's counting on him.
Well, I was counting on him too.
Can't their mother just take them trick-or-treating?
Clearly it's not about the trick-or-treating, but the fact that he's never home anymore. How did you not get that?
Look, not all of us went to psycho college or wherever to learn how brains work, Dr. Fear.
Dr. Fear? I like that. It's got a certain ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? I think I'll go by Doctor from now on as well. Dr. Joker!
Do you have a doctorate in joking?
No, but I have a joke doctorate.
We cut to Harvey Dent coming home to find his wife, Eeyore, sitting in the backyard.
His wife's name is Eeyore?
No, it's Gilda, but she does nothing but mope for 3 hours, so she gets a fun nickname. Anyway, Dent gets called away and meets Gordon and Batman on the roof of the police station to discuss the fact that Carmine Falcone's nephew was murdered. This death sets back Harvey's case against Falcone, and the three men agree to work together to take down Falcone's criminal empire.
Wait, wasn't this the same plot of that live-action movie?
The Dark Knight?
I was thinking 3 men and a baby, but yours works as well.
We cut to Carmine meeting with the members of his organization. Carmine blames Dent for his nephew's death, causing one of his lieutenants to get a little overzealous.
Hell yes! You just say the word, Carmine, and I'll do them myself.
Is it just me, or does every 30-year-old white man look the same in this? I thought that was Bruce Wayne for a second.
And the fact that it's color-graded like a Zack Snyder picture doesn't help.
We cut to Batman having a flirt chase with Catwoman, where he comes across as out of shape is the best way I can explain it. He's having a hard time keeping up, and it just seems very un-Bat-like. Catwoman leads Batman to a warehouse full of Falcone's cash where Harvey Dent shows up, and they decide to burn it down.
I'm of two minds here. So it's a coin flip.
Wait, are we trying to say that Harvey got his two-headed coin from Batman? Sure, why not? Later that night, Dent returns home to find Eeyore in the backyard again, but before they can go inside, the house explodes. At the hospital, they tease us with some shadows to make it seem like this was the incident that turns Dent into Two-Face, but it's just a red herring. He has some bumps and bruises, but is otherwise fine. We cut to Batman facing down some triads to find out who killed Falcone's nephew. And, I mean, the more we see Batman in action here, the more I'm starting to think he hasn't been Batman very long. I mean, he even gets told by 3 different people that he needs to be a better detective. He even comments on it himself at one point.
I never thought that Batman was going to have to be a detective.
If I were dealing with this Bats, I would have killed him 18 times by now.
The triads that Batman fought with all end up dead on Thanksgiving, and the killer gets coined Holiday. Since they only kill on holidays. That's the media for you. While visiting Arkham for some information from Calendar Man, it's discovered that the Joker has escaped.
Finally, things are getting good.
The Joker threatens Dent, kills some of Falcone's rivals, then ties up Falcone to have a chat before being chased down by Falcone's #1 bodyguard, who actually ends up getting killed by Holiday during the pursuit. Later, on New Year's Eve, after stopping the Joker from gassing the gathered masses, Batman stops by Falcone's yacht to accuse Falcone's son of being Holiday, only to see Holiday show up and kill Alberto in a gruesome fashion. Also, this happened.
Me? You've been fed some bad clues, Bruce.
I suppose Holiday did Batman a favor then, because if they hadn't killed Alberto, Batman would have needed to.
Or given him a lobotomy, or as I like to call it, a lobotomy.
The first movie concludes with Batman, Gordon, and Dent wondering who Holiday is and who their next target will be.
We're only through the first movie?
Yeah. Normally we're covering a 22-minute episode. These two movies take up 3 hours.
Well, then I'm going to need you to do the short version moving forward.
The short version. Okay. Harvey becomes Two-Face and...
Whoa! Spoilers?
Why would you ruin that for us?
Because he said to... And you already know that Harvey is... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. The second film starts with Bruce under the sway of Poison Ivy, causing this to happen.
I get the implication, but it's going to be very difficult for anything to happen with them fully clothed.
I don't think they're doing it.
What? No, I was referring to gardening. Don't you garden in the nude?
I'm just gonna get back to this. Bruce is Ivy's slave for 3 months, and in that time, Holiday continues killing mobsters across Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and Easter. Catwoman shows up at Wayne Manor and helps defeat Ivy, which breaks Bruce out of her sway. Turns out Ivy was hired by Falcone to get Bruce to sign away his assets to the mobster.
So I guess plants aren't the only green that Ivy cares about after all.
The Scarecrow breaks out of Arkham, and since Batman is bad at his job in these movies, he totally gets away, dosing Batman with some fear toxin in the process.
Finally, things are getting interesting.
You're so vain, Crane. It's disgusting.
While under the effects of the fear toxin, we get to see Bruce's parents killed, which is exciting since we've never seen that before. Anyway, Carmine's daughter shows up on Father's Day, and she is built like a WWE superstar. Seriously, how is she not running his security? We cut to Gordon and Dent questioning Bruce about the night that Alberto Falcone was killed, and in a flashback we learn that Carmine gave young Bruce the two-headed coin that he, in turn, gave to Harvey.
It fell out of your pocket.
My insurance policy.
Look, I know that's supposed to be poetic or something, but it's just stupid. I mean, it's not Bat credit card stupid, but still.
Never leave the cave without it.
We learn that Falcone's daughter is in a secret relationship with the head of the rival Maroni family. While Maroni is visiting Papa Maroni for Father's Day, Holiday shows up and kills the old man. This causes Maroni to show up at Dent's office and offer to testify against Falcone in exchange for his slate being wiped clean. We cut to the 4th of July where Falcone has hired a hitman to kill Dent, but Catwoman intervenes, saving his life. She and Dent chase after the hitman, but Catwoman gets knocked out, followed by Dent. When Dent comes to, he discovers that the hitman has been killed by Holiday. Elsewhere, Batman interrupts the Scarecrow robbing a bank, but gets knocked the fuck out by the Mad Hatter because Batman's just not good at being Batman here.
I mean, he doesn't sound like Batsy. He doesn't act like Batsy. Are we sure this guy's really Batsy?
I mean, he does manage to turn the tables on the two villains a bit later in a graveyard, so there's hope.
If you say so.
The next day in court, Maroni reveals that he's actually aligned with Falcone and throws acid in Harvey's face.
Well, this all feels very familiar.
Well, that's because we just covered the Two-Face origin. This movie just happens to cover it as well, only here, Falcone is responsible instead of Rupert Thorne. In the animated series, Thorne is sort of an amalgamation of Falcone, Maroni, and Thorne.
I mean, one should know how to pony. Like Falcone Maroni.
Mashed potato?
To the alligator!
Okay, that's about enough of that. Great, now it's stuck in my head. Anyway, at Falcone's birthday party, it's revealed that Holiday is struck again, this time killing Falcone's sister. Everyone suspects Dent of being the Holiday killer, but Batman gets some clues that may lead to another suspect. A short time later, Holiday kills Maroni, and on Halloween, Two-Face breaks out some of Arkham's MVPs to wage war against Falcone. Ivy, Scarecrow, and the Mad Hatter terrorize their way through Gotham en route to Falcone's place.
Why am I on a horse? Just because a man dresses up like a scarecrow, he has to ride a horse? I can call an Uber just like anyone else, and I never have to tip because the driver is too busy fleeing from their worst nightmares.
The Rogues Gallery, now joined by Two-Face, Joker, Penguin, and Solomon Grundy, show up at Falcone's, easily dispatching all of his goons. They go after Falcone, but Batman and Catwoman show up, and suddenly Batman has learned how to be a badass. They pretty handily take down everyone, and we get one of my favorite Joker lines from the exchange.
Nancy, hold all my calls. I have to terminate someone.
Everyone gets taken down except for Two-Face, who gets his hands on Falcone. He flips his coin and shoots Falcone twice, killing him. Which is ironic? Is it? I mean, it was Falcone's own two-headed good luck coin that he gave to Bruce, who in turn gave it to Two-Face, that got him killed. So, is it irony? Is it like rain on your wedding day? Or a free ride that that's how those aren't ironic. So why am I even? No. Anyway, that's not the point. Falcone's daughter tries to get revenge, but accidentally falls out of the building to her death. Is that ironic? No, that's just bad luck.
You say bad luck, I say hysterical.
Two-Face surrenders himself to Gordon, taking credit for the holiday killings, but Batman knows better. We cut to Dent's wife, Gilda, burning all the evidence while explaining to Batman why she did it. I mean, it's actually pretty obvious when you consider how many times they mention she can't have kids, her mysterious connection to Falcone, and the baby bottle nipples on all the guns involved in the holiday murders.
Wait, those were baby bottle nipples? I thought they were condoms. That definitely changes things.
We end where we began, at Wayne Manor on Halloween. Once again, Bruce tells Alfred there's no point in him having candy since no one comes to their house, when this happens.
Wait, they drove all the way out to your millionaire mansion and all you gave them was 3 pieces of cheap candy? Haven't a bat kicked him in the shins and taken the entire bowl?
These movies have been pretty highly rated, and while I'm sure they deserve those ratings, I wasn't crazy about them. I think the story's good, but could have easily been condensed into one 2-hour movie. The voice acting is mostly good. I thought Gordon's voice didn't quite match his look, and Jensen Ackles sometimes sounded bored as Batman. Josh Duhamel was the standout for me as Harvey Dent / Two-Face, and Troy Baker did a decent Mark Hamill impersonation.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black.
The animation's solid, but it's a little jarring coming directly off of Batman the Animated Series, and to be honest, it reminded me a lot stylistically of Archer. What did you think?
What do I think? I'm tired of Two-Face getting so much screen time. Just because he has 2 faces doesn't mean he should get twice the attention. That being said, it was a good time with a deliciously high body count, though I'm not sure I ever need to watch it again. 3 out of 5 attempts to make Calendar Man look like a legitimate villain.
Join us next time when we'll be covering It's Never Too Late, featuring more mob wars in Gotham. How exciting. Well, until then, happy Halloween. So you poison candy on Halloween?
Oh, yes.
To kill children?
Of course not. What sort of monster do you think I am? The poison's psychotropic, so I can get the kids to kill their parents.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified when more Batman the Animated Recap episodes go up. And we've got some other cool shows on the channel, so stick around. You might find something else that you like.